Hey guys, it's Catherine, and this is a My Kinda Recaps. So this week I will be talking about episodes 24, 25, and 26 of Inhuman Condition over on Kinda TV. Now each episode is about 3 minutes long, so it's like 9 minutes-ish of show. Okay, episode 24, Link goes to confront Tully and is like, he points out that he thinks Tully tried to kill him, and Tully's like, if we wanted you dead, you'd be dead. Which makes me wonder who actually attacked him and Kessler, or if they did attack but Kessler was the target. But I feel like if they wanted to hurt Kessler, they would have, or kill Kessler, they would have killed Kessler. They would have just have hurt her. But I don't know how Lincoln Superior thinks. But Link wound up going off and literally killing Tully, like violently, bloodily, with lots of aggressive shaking and flailing. And then he like goes back to his apartment and is like in a panic, which I mean, you would be too if you just killed someone. And he like is tearing at his clothes because they're covered in blood, and then he winds up like ripping his sweatshirt off and then like rubbing at his face and trying to get the blood off. And then he goes from being like super manic, like fast and furious, to laughing in a very like kind of way, like not a happy laugh, like a Joker laugh, which is what my real life laugh sounds like. Anyway, so that happens and the episode is over. Like he's just like in this state in his apartment. And then the next episode, we see Dr. Kessler in her office and Link comes in and she's like, hi. And he's very, very aggressive, like old Link aggressive. So the entire time he's saying, well, I had to come because this was our last session. And she's like, no, you know, I'm gonna recommend you for further further sessions. And he's like, well, I won't even make it to this other person's, because she's not gonna see him apparently. She's gonna suggest him to someone else. And he's saying, I won't even make it to this other person's waiting room. And then Kessler is figuring out that Link is very openly pointing out that he's not going to be there much longer. And then she notices blood on his face and she's like, why is there blood on your face? And Link's like, I cut myself shaving, probably. Like, she knows that's not what happened. Like, it's impossible. I also think it's interesting that he apparently didn't shower after. I mean, I understand that they talk about this in crime shows all the time. Like, you don't always get all the blood, but he's a werewolf? Well, like it, whatever. So, you think he would smell it. I don't know if their senses, if he can more so than a normal person can when it's not the full moon. But I feel like you would still feel it on your face if it's visible to another person. But I don't know. I've never had blood on my face from a murder I committed the night before in a rage. So, I don't know, personally, how that happens. But Dr. Kessler sees it, and she's concerned, and then she tells him that she's not going to let him hurt anyone, and he's like, well, you can't stop me. And then she points out the full moon isn't actually for 2 more weeks, but Link says that he's a monster all month, which he wasn't. When he was with Clara, he was a much, like, calmer, he was just happier. And now that he knows that Clara is going to die, his behavior has gotten very aggressive very quickly, which is something that I was worried about would happen. Like, I had a feeling it was going to happen. Like, even if Clara didn't wind up going through with the physician-assisted suicide. Oh my goodness, I could not talk for a sec. If they broke up, or if he found out that she didn't really have the same feelings for him that he had for her, though she did love him. Clara does not want to live and turn into a crazy roving zombie thing, which is completely understandable. So this was the reaction I thought would probably happen, an aggressive spiral into not madness, but violence and a resurgence of his previous behavior, but at a higher rate, because this is sort of when you are like, if it doesn't matter, I'm just gonna go. So Link is very aggressive, very standoffish, and I have no idea what he has planned, but I am very worried. Very, very worried. The final episode this week had Dr. Kessler getting a phone call from Yale, and she's actually been offered a position to teach. She finds out that Rachel she knows that Rachel has a little bit of influence at Yale, and has apparently talked to some people, and they've offered Dr. Kessler a job And she's like, well, I want you to move to New Haven. And she's like, but I have patients, like I can't just go. And she's like, no, I want you to just move like permanently to New Haven. But then Dr. Kessler, while Rachel and Dr. Kessler are, their energy together and their dynamic is just, it's lovely. I ship them. I really ship them. The issue is that Dr. Kessler did that thing where Rachel said, I love you, and Dr. Kessler makes a face. She did it when Will said I love you too. She doesn't pull away, but her face doesn't register like happiness or, oh, I love you too. It's sort of like I can't do the face, like a pulling back face. Like she's sort of not there. Like she's not reciprocating in the same way. So I don't know if Dr. Kessler I know she cares for Rachel. I can tell that she cares very deeply for Rachel, but I don't know if that care is exactly representing itself in the same way as Rachel's I love you does to her. I don't know personally. It's the way she looks every time someone says I love you that she's like romantic partners with. So that's interesting. Dr. Kessler could be moving. Possibly. We shall see. There was the little teaser at the end of the episodes this week, the little thing that pops up, and Tamar is back. So I'm very curious if she's figured out what Graham is up to, because I do not know Graham. Anyway, I'm gonna be calm and zen. Okay, if you are watching this video and you haven't yet read it, I had the amazing honor of interviewing Clara Pasieka. Oh, I hope I said her name right. I'm really sorry. I forgot to ask how to pronounce her last name. Over the phone. I was able to do a phone interview with her, and we worked out all of the typing stuff. So there's like a typed up version of the interview over on the Nerdy Girl Express. I'm really proud of this interview. I really appreciate the time that Clara took to do it. She didn't have to do it, and she did. And she was very nice, and she was very sweet, even when I was having minor question difficulties. I totally threw my pen and dropped my notebook at one point, which she couldn't see, but it totally happened. But she was very nice, and she was very invested in the process of the stuff that I was doing. So I just really appreciate her doing this. It was really amazing for me. I really, really appreciate it. Oh my god, I'm literally tearing up. Oh my goodness. Okay. Whew, I'm an emotional person today. But I just really appreciate her doing this. And I really appreciate it. If you haven't read it, please check it out. She had wonderful things to say about the show and the cast. We actually spent a little bit of time talking about Murray. Oh goodness. She said it too, and now I don't remember. Urquhart? Ooh. I've talked to him on Twitter. I feel like he's gonna be he probably won't be super upset. I'm really bad at pronouncing last names, really bad. But he plays Frank. She talked about him a little bit because they spent so much time together on set, and she also talked a little bit about the process for the transmedia that went on between her and RJ Lackey. So that was really cool. You should definitely check it out. I also linked to the Kinda TV interview inside of there. Starry Mag is actually going to be interviewing her too, so that'll be more information about Clara and the show, because I'm sure that, I think Lisa's interviewing her. She does an amazing job, so I'm sure the interview will be fabulous. So there's that to look forward to too. She's also interviewing Cara G, who plays Tamar. I'm really looking forward to reading that interview, so much. Just because I know it'll be great. All of her interviews are great. Alrighty, I already mentioned the Nerdy Girl Express, which is thenerdygirlexpress.com. I will link that interview below. You can find me on my blog, clefnotes.wordpress.com, and on Twitter, @clefnotes. I run the Nerdy Girl Express Snapchat, the Nerdy Girl EXP, and I post recipes on the iZombie support group site, iZombieSupportGroup.com. Bye guys!